Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Road to Legend. As you guys can see from our previous episode, we've climbed up until rank 7 and I believe we're currently on a streak. So let's see if we can continue that. I switched gears a bit, going from Taunt Warrior to even Warlock. I think it's at the top deck at the moment, so there's a lot of people playing it and just kind of broke up this week as well. If you guys are interested to see some even Warlock gameplay, please feel free to join me for some games. Let's jump right in.
Gul'dan versus Lunara.
Okay, so we versus Druid.
The forest fights back.
Game number 1.
Soul shall be mine.
Let's see what we can do with this matchup. Two big druids at the moment. It's mostly token druid and recruit druid. I find unless druids have a naturalize in hand, they have a very hard time dealing with the turn 3 giant. So any hand with that is pretty good, usually. The irony is because I'm stacking my hand so full on turn 3, by turn 3. If they actually have a naturalize, I end up burning like 3 cards. So it's kind of a risky play. It can definitely backfire. So I'm gonna turn 3 giant, and I'm probably gonna burn the coin. Yeah, his turn 3 blocker isn't bad, actually. Kind of slows down slightly, but I've had my giant being naturalized and then I burn my other giant and my other one con. So try and avoid it where I can. I think this so we can turn 4, take out one of these and kill this guy eventually. And tap.
Into my core.
Let's get rid of this. Stops him from getting value out of it. Hopefully our giant sticks around and we can actually heal it. If not, yeah. It's too bad. He's gonna naturalize. That's gonna make us burn a bunch of cards. Probably why he's doing it. Yep.
My hand is controlled.
That's a pity. Do it like that. No silence minions yet, but it's pretty good against his spider that he's gonna be dropping later in the game. A bit to late game, depending on how much pressure we put on him. She's pretty good as well. See if she can dodge the silence. No real reason to be tapping now. I think I'm doing this. I don't know. No, it's better. Do it like that. And our beatdown plan is pretty well underway. And as soon as she manages to die, we're gonna have a backup win con in terms of just destroying his deck completely. No, that's actually a pretty good one. I think. That's pretty good. I'm assuming he's out of naturalizers by now, hopefully. Druid just gains so much armor.
To my core.
Interesting. Probably means he's planning on resurrecting his stuff soon. Let's drop this. There we go. I'm looking for Gul'dan and I'm looking for things to silence this spider with. That's my two main concerns at the moment. Because I'm assuming that spider is coming down. Or not? This guy just has all the damage. No creatures left. Here we go, that's something. I think we're just gonna do this. And then we should be bringing them all back shortly.
Don't tell me what to do.
Let's see, we represent... Okay, that dies.
So many possibilities. Batik.
I'm down to 3 cards, he's down to 4. See, I don't quite have lethal yet. Very close to my next spellbreaker. So that means I should be able to silence this.
Shields up.
Do it like that. And either way, I think I'd be able to get mans on my spellbreaker. Meaning I can silence the spider when it comes down. Shouldn't have enough mana to kill it. Yeah. Play it and kill it. It's gonna gain a bunch of armor. I think. I think it's time to bring back Gul'dan.
Blood and shadow.
I'm running out of cards.
And our opponent is very close to fatigue as well. Lich King doesn't cut it, unfortunately.
Can't win them all.
There we go. I think we sequenced that pretty well.
Gul'dan.
Okay,
versus
Rogue.
Maestro.
Rogue is a tricky matchup for this deck.
Watch your back.
Your soul shall be mine.
Of all the games I've been playing, I think Rogue might be my most inconsistent one at the moment in terms of just in terms of the way they play is not always the same. They've got different ways of different speeds of killing you. They can be more grindy or they can be very quick. So it's kind of like you're playing against an aggro deck and a control deck at the same time. But either way, this deck has been great. I've been climbing nicely. I started with it at rank 10 yesterday, and I've climbed my way up to almost 6. Maybe if we get a bit lucky this game, we'll lock it in at 6. Okay, our opponent finally has a play.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
And so do we. If he bounces back our giant, we'll burn a card, unfortunately. So that's the one thing we aren't playing around. Otherwise, he shouldn't have a good way to deal with it.
Ha! This guy's toast.
Like I said, good way. I mean, that is a way to deal with it. Don't get me wrong. I should have played them. I have both in my hand. Okay, that's actually pretty good value. Yeah, I think that's fine. Rogue has a lot of burn potential, but we have a lot of life gain potential now. And we also have a way to deal with the big Edun, which they can rush up pretty quickly sometimes. Gave us a Dread Infernal. No Dread Infernal, unfortunately. Probably gonna give these guys Taunt next turn, assuming they're still chilling around, and we can just start beating down. Ooh, Shadow Step. Ah, that's annoying.
This guy's toast.
Not a bad play. A little late. I think let's just make our presence known and see if he has another answer. Rogue has been doing very well in terms of dealing with our threats that are presenting to him. What he does with 5 cards, we should be able to do with 1. Wow, Reaver would have been so good here. He still has a bit of reach. We should be wary of that.
Almost out of time.
Might as well do that. Oh, it's a pickpocket rogue. Not bad. That's an annoying weapon. Okay, now we want our ooze. Because otherwise that thing is not dying at all. Also just need something to do. Ugh. Let's just play this. He can't kill us, right? If he goes Leroy, it's 6 damage into... Yeah, he can actually kill us. Maybe we'll just do this to play it safe. Leroy into Eviscerate into Spectral Cutlass. Definitely kills us.
Your magic shall not save you.
It's a really good card to get from Blind Fox.
Unleash me.
What are these cards? Damn. So much synergy. We'll see what happens this turn. Next turn I might Hellfire into this. But ideally, I think I just want to draw a Hooked Reaver or a Slime. Get rid of this Cutlass. Especially now.
Choose soon.
There once was a man from Gilnet.
This jungle hides many secrets.
Come on, Reavers. It's not a Reaver. I don't think cooldowning is not right. I think we'd die if we cooldown here. We'll get back 2 Taunt minions and I think we try and clear the board and then cooldown next turn. We're dead to Leroy Jenkins. 3-7. Almost anything. Where's Leroy? Digging for Leroy. Was that off the top? No. Okay. Didn't attack us, that's interesting.
A bargain forged in blood and shadow.
He got something off Bleaking Fox, so I wonder what he got off of it. Probably something he had to target. Yeah, he had to target one of my creatures. I really need to get rid of that weapon. That's annoying. We're effectively going to be on 13 life. I can kill this and
So
either of
many
these.
bloody decisions.
That leaves him with 4, 10, 11 damage. And almost anything else kills us as well.
My hunger grows.
Obviously.
The end is coming!
Your magic shall not save you.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, I think we're pretty much dead. There's no way he doesn't have Eviscerate. Really? I mean, the random cards that he got off Pickpocket was insane. But okay, well played. Okay, heading into our third game for this episode.
Gul'dan!
Priest. I haven't seen a priest in a while.
The light shall bring victory.
Your soul shall be mine!
The problem with priests are they're so far and few in between that you don't really know what you're facing half the time. Ren is probably pretty good.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
Hopefully this is Control Priest and not Silence Priest. If it's Silence Priest, our Silence minion is pretty good. Oh, there's another one. Let's tap one more. Well, that's a news. And that's a giant. Oh, to be fair, it'll probably die. I always have it. That's fine. Let's play.
Shields up!
Next turn we're playing Giant again. See if he has another Shadow or Death.
Pain, speak to me.
I got this.
Dragon Priest? Is that still a thing? Dragon Priest, we might just want to run and get this ball rolling.
I wonder.
You might not have a ton of silence effects. And that pressures him to deal with this and with the giant. Let's do that. Okay, so he's digging for answers. Still digging.
Hunt moves quickly.
I don't think our opponent has much to do. Well, we have a bunch of silence effects.
Your magic shall not save.
And a beetle, for good measure. I think our turn 3 giant got there. No, that's the second one, right? He killed the first one. Our turn 4 giant got there.
I wonder.
Really? Ooh. Wait a minute. I'm holding a dragon. Rush, not charge, unfortunately. Our little dune worm is lethal at the moment. Represents lethal.
The light has betrayed me.
Well, that's just unfortunate. Should have played the dragon. I realized this.
Don't tell me what to do!
Job's done.
This, in conjunction with Hellfire and Defender of Argus, represents lethal. And this is a good way to deal with our board. And that's a good way to stay alive.
This curse has become our greatest strength.
Just gonna try and present more threats than he can deal with. But our opponent is doing a really good job of staying alive. I'll give him that. This flavor text. Waking up at the break of dusk is just not that not as impressive.
The shadows grow short.
Dragon's not bad. At this point, I do want to get this guy down. And I do want to silence this guy.
Job's done.
Speaks to
So Reaver into Shroom Brewer, most probably.
Is someone injured?
This priest hero power is so good. Just kind of ping, 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 machine guns everything away.
The shadows grow short.
Okay, I think we have lethal. So we have 8 damage here, 11. It's lethal, right?
My shield for Argus.
Done. mage.
He did play very well. They did a really good job of staying alive there.
Gul'dan versus
Okay, our final game, heading to rank 6, and we're facing off against another priest, it seems. I'm just assuming it's the same deck I played against just now. The dragon one.
We have turned our curse
Dragon
into
priest
our
picking up again.
strength.
It seems so. This time around, Blood Reaver is just waiting in our hand, biding his time.
I greet
I wonder. Is someone injured?
For a moment I thought she was gonna play a quest. Not a giant. No luck this time around, it seems.
Oh, a shadow.
That's not bad. See if he has an answer. Anything else we want to do with our coin? I don't believe so. Probably dropping a dragon of our own next turn. See if he has a way to kill. No. Ooh, death rattle. Get some value out of my Doomsayer. You're welcome. Nice thing about Twilight Drake is in that sweet spot between 3 and 5 that the pre-spells can't hit. And I'm probably dropping this one next turn unless I get a giant off the top.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
Just checking my options. Okay, I'm not tapping because then I'm going to overdraw. I've got nothing else to do with my mana this turn.
are not welcome here.
Drop the giant. It's pretty our dragons had to take a bunch of damage there. I think our opponent is looking for an answer.
How long can this go on?
I think we just go face. Now we can kill one of our dragons with trade one of our dragons with this Glimmerroot, but I think we just want to be aggressive and try and close off the game. Got a fairly good board state for the time being. He can potentially
Death cup.
okay, can do that as well.
One for all and all for me.
Extraordinary.
16, not quite lethal. We're one short, potentially.
You win.
Thank you. And we ascend to rank 6. Here we go. Climbing up the ladder on our way to legend. Guys, thank you very much for joining this episode. I'm going to end it off there on this positive note. And keep an eye out for my next video. It's probably going to be on Monday.